Hi friends, today we will be analyzing a game between Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura in 2011 in Tata Steel Group A, Netherlands. I will explain to you all the moves in such a way that you all would definitely improve and you would be able to use the thinking process like this in your game. Okay, let's start. E4, common move. C5, Sicilian defense. Then Magnus plays knight to f3, developing his knight and controlling the centers like this and this. And then he plays d6. It's Sicilian Nasdorf or dragon, Sicilian dragon. It controls this square. But then white plays d4, asking black to take his pawn, and black takes it. There are two options: knight to x d4 or queen takes. The better option is knight x d4 because it develops the knight. It opens the way for queen because after taking the queen it will be vulnerable. We should develop queen in middle game, not in the opening. Then he plays knight to f6, attacking the pawn. White plays knight to c3, protecting the pawn. a6, because he wants to play b5. Then white plays e2 to control the diagonals. Then black plays e5, pushing the knight. Black have two options: knight to b3 or f3. The correct option is knight to b3 because in knight to f3 to block the bishop. That's why it's better to play knight to b3. Bishop to e7, preparing the king for castle. Bishop to e3, controlling the diagonals. Castles development. Now, what can white play? There's a surprising move. We all not play moves like this. It's g4. It's very interesting. It aims at pushing the knight and going forward. But he played e6. It's a mistake because then black g5, white plays g5, pushing away the knight, and he played h4 to protect the pawn. Knight to b6. Opening the way for the knight on b8. Queen to d2, preparing for castle. Knight 8 to d7. preparing to play a better move or to develop his knight. f4, attacking the e5 pawn, takes, takes, and then knight to e5. As you can see, both of the knights are controlling the c4 square, white castles, c8, controlling this file, b1, then c7, maintaining his control. But the best move here was knight to c4, because if it takes, and it attacks the queens. But black with queen to c7, h5, making his way. He played this to protect when the pawn when it comes here, and look to fe8, making a way for bishop to come here and attack this diagonal. King to a1, and then f8, like I said, and then d4, attacking the bishop, c5, and then g6. But then knight plays. It's attacking the pawns and forcing them to take it. But black plays this, attacking the queen. Bishop takes, knight takes, and queen moves to d3, protecting his queen. Then black takes fx g6, hx g6, and h6. Not a wise decision, because now this pawn is controlling these squares. It could be taken, but if it's protected, it's a very strong place for the pawn. It's very powerful. And now g3, protecting the pawn, like I said. b6, threatening checkmate. Place bishop to c1, and queen to e5. df1, controlling this file, e5. d5. That's not a good move. Bishop x takes, pawn takes, queen takes. That's a blunder. That's a very big mistake, because now white takes h6, gs axis. As you can see, after taking here, if the pawn takes, it creates the way, and if bishop takes, the knight will be trapping it, and it will be definitely a checkmate. That's why it took it. And g7, e7, h6, f7, g6, threatening checkmate. Knight takes, queen takes, f6, but white plays queen to h8 first, king to f7, g8 queen, takes here, and white checks the king. If black comes here, he will be checkmated by the queen by coming here. That's why Hikaru Nakamura resigned, and Magnus Carlsen is the winner. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe the video.